It has been Restoration 2025 right here in Charlotte, North Carolina at the Hilton Airport. Now, Micheline.
Yes.
A lot of people, first-timers, people didn't know what to expect. What did you constantly hear when people were leaving the door?
It was so many testimonies about this is my first time but not my last. I've never been felt this way before. I can take my shoes off. I can just let my hair down. It was a safe space. It was so many different things that they said that made us know that we did exactly our assignment from God, and that was to restore.
Frenchie, what did you take from this MPulse Summit this year?
What I love about our 7th year is that we brought some newness to being restored. We had educators that came for the first time and said it's the best show they've ever been to. It's bigger than hair because it's about being restored in your business, in your mental health. We have it here. You don't want to miss MPulse Summit.
We've seen an outpour of our future professionals come to MPulse Summit like never before. And it's because of this young lady right here who just tirelessly, effortlessly, to the last minute, just constantly saying, hey, you need to come, you need to come. And there was a response.
Well, we said we were going to have a revival. So in order for us to have a revival, we had to have participants. So we went out and we tried to revive and resuscitate those students to come here because we know that they are our future. That's why we call them future professionals. And we wanted to make sure that we gave them a foundation so their future would be as glorious as ours, so they could be around people who are moving in the industry and see what they can have in the future. And we showed them and showed out for them this weekend, but they showed us and showed up.
As our guests come, Micheline, they've said this, that they're always greeted with a smile. And that's one of our things that she really prides in the MPulse Summit is that, hey, we're family. Michelle, as you were taking in those new registrants, what kind of feedback was you getting as far as restoration?
People were ready to be restored. They wanted to be here. They fought to be here. The registration was awesome. They were excited to get all their things, all the things, and they got things every day. So registration is always lit, and we can't do it without you. So register early, register now. Hold your seat at this table. We created a table for you.
This young lady here, how did you feel about bringing in the spirit of first-time course specialists?
Oh, yes.
People who've been returning that just said, I want to be back again next year.
Yes.
How
so
was
they
that?
were so excited to come to MPulse Summit. They come in, they are welcomed. We contact them in order to make sure that they are comfortable coming into this space and knowing exactly what they need. So when they came in the door, they were ready, and they were ready to take off and give the most amazing education to everyone that was in attendance. So whether they were new or they were old, they still felt the love that we give here at MPulse Summit.
So, you know, this is Lee Oliver, your hall monitor, giving out demerits. Y'all heard me throughout the whole thing. But also, y'all usually see me everywhere around the summit, from registration with Nikki, or if it's just in the halls or just running around the background. You guys see me everywhere. And one of the things is you guys are all my extended family right now. It's just been absolutely amazing to just build a relationship, to see you guys. And family is important, and that's ultimately what we wanted to create.
MPulse Summit is about family. My husband bought into it. My sister, I see her. There's nothing but love and family here, and I'm happy to be a part of this team. And you all are our family too.
And let us not forget Pastor Major Jones.
Come
when
on
I tell
now.
you the message is rich from early morning to the release, and how he laid on that table, y'all, I was laid out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How he prayed for every person and touched every person. It's a safe space, and we're going to keep creating that as years to come.
You know, there was something very powerful at the end of this, which was Mr. Jay. He said this was a perfect example of kingdom culture.
Kingdom culture.
He said that here. Now, that scripture says this, seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness, and then all these other things. And so Micheline and I really prayed and laid on our faces about, Lord, do the change. Do the change. Don't let them come here one way and then leave the same way. So I'm gonna let Micheline close it out.
Don't forget this. There's so many people we can say, but DJ Levi, he is amazing. Jason Thompson, that prepared the food at the at the Boots on the Ground, as well as chose the menu for the Cream Gala that everybody talked about. So there's so many people that stepped in and did a seed, Clarice, and there's so many more, Deborah, so many more that we can really name one by one. But when I tell you, these key holders that you're standing here, like I said, we're missing Angie, tirelessly, and Renee, tirelessly work hard, not just one day, but every day for you, and you. And I appreciate this team. Yeah. And it's Kingdom Culture.
It's Kingdom Culture.
Now, what's the hashtag? Hashtag we good, you good.
Last I checked, I was looking for Micheline. I ain't found her nowhere, Timbo. So I guess it's just me and you, bro. I don't know where she at, but Restoration 25. What's up, y'all? It's your man Jay Kyle here. You already know who that is over there. Who that over there?
Hey, it's your boy Timbo. You know how we do it over here. Wait a minute, Micheline's supposed to be on here. I was supposed to be talking with Micheline, so
no,
if she's not gonna be on here, then what are we just gonna sit here and we just gonna hijack the show?
I gave Micheline and I told her to go take a break. It's gonna be me and you. I know they was expecting her, but I think since it's gonna be maybe she still has some restoration happening, but right now it's gonna be so we can rock it for a little while.
Gotcha. So I don't know that I've never been on a podcast, by myself.
Me neither. This is my first time.
But I do got my cup.
Hey, I got my cup.
Brother, let me tell you something. I got 2 cups. You don't want to know? Hey, look, shame, man.
Look, man, the way that this impulse happened, you need double cup because it was double flowing all weekend, man. I don't know about you. But it was my first time there, bro. But that was an amazing experience. And life has been noticeably different internally since then. How about you? What was your experience like? And how has life been for you since Impulse?
Jay, I'm going to be honest with you. First of all, I was excited I got a second mug, man. I just couldn't put it down. I'm walking around with my mug. And then I got my second mug. I just couldn't put it down because it has been that energized. It has been that much fun. Life has literally looked totally different from this set of lenses after restoration. It really, really was worth it. If you missed out, oh my God, my friends, you definitely missed out. Because if you were in the building, you were forever changed. You were definitely forever changed. Because I know I'm not walking right. I'm not talking right. I'm not dancing right. It is just a totally different energy, a different flow in my life since MPulse Summit. And man, I just can't wait to talk about it, my friend.
That's what's up, man. Hey, speaking of talking about it, there's something about your sound. I kind of hear you, but you're kind of low. So check and just make sure your earpiece is charged. I don't know. It's kind of like you in the background. I don't know. I want to, because I know them folks were so used to that Timbo energy.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, bro.
You can hear me now. You know what? I was depending on these, but this is just not enough. I just got to talk. I just got to talk.
We need that Timbo.
The voice. Yeah. Bro,
look, see, you know what? I wasn't cool enough to get the clappers. You know what I'm saying? So I got to make sure I get mine, man. But Impulse was so amazing for me. It was my first time there, and I'm gonna share something with you into the audience that I share with Micheline. Sometimes we see people do stuff and you ain't never been a part of it. It could be like, I don't know. This, it could be kind of janky. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
But when I got there, bro, the level of excellence that I saw, it was amazing. And I've been to all of the major shows. I've been to the ABS, I've been Premiere, I have been to the Bronner's, and they're great. No shade to none of them. But what I experienced in Charlotte this past weekend, I promise you, brother, was above and beyond. And it was the perfect balance of kingdom and culture, bro. And we're going to talk about that later on, man. Just how, even if you didn't come there for kingdom, maybe you ain't a Jesus person. Maybe that just wasn't your thing. You wanted hair. you got all of the hair show that a hair show is supposed to get. And maybe you was on that Jesus and you was trying to get your Ebo shot on, and you got the Ebo shot. And maybe you was Jesus and Jerry Curl. Maybe you was Kingdom.
Jesus and Jerry Curl.
maybe you was Kingdom and Color.
He went there.
It was both there. It was so amazing. And I promise you, man, that Restore 25 was great. You know what? I don't know where Micheline is, but she need to come on, because this was a dope experience. And I got some questions for her, some things I want to know, because
you know what?
It was bigger than hair, bro. It was
totally
amazing.
different. But you want to know what's really, really cool, bro? Like when it comes down to talking about like a visionary, definitely the epitome of a visionary. And when I say hands in, hands all the way in. I couldn't look to my left, my right, behind me. I think one time I looked under the table and there she was. She was right in there. Like literally a show that you can actually touch the person on their shoulder. Just tap them. And they were standing right next to you. That's what kind of hands in this experience was at Restore. It really, really was.
Yeah, that's a good point, because sometimes some folks who have the vision, who lead the things, sometimes they be on they 6 feet. They got the security people around them, but she wasn't that, bro. She was right there. When I first met her, I was like, oh, this is sister auntie type of energy. Like you would have felt like we just ain't seen each other for the past couple of weeks, but it was so welcoming, so warm. And then, bro, what about Pastor Majors? Right, like the
Pastor Majors, literally, Pastor Major was on it. It was funny because usually most of the time when it comes to like a preacher, you have this image of what they would look like. Pastor Major just kind of blended in with everybody, right? And he felt like he was just one of us. Yeah, and then all of a sudden he just comes out of nowhere, just like, whoa, wow. And then like literally I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna have a preaching moment, and then we just gonna step back. Man, when I left the room, I was covered in sweat, man. Just sweating literally everywhere. And it was just passion, it was energy, it was the Holy Ghost like running through me. Literally, trying to walk, man. It was electrifying. That's the only way I can describe it. And then when he laid down on the table, he literally told us to write every single worry that we had, just put it on the table, just leave it there, walk away. And he literally got on top of it and prayed for everybody, laid hands on people. Literally, people were literally just you had to have been there. If there was video footage, that's the only way that you can relive it. The experience was top.
And that don't even do it to full justice. Like it's kind of cool, but it don't do it to full justice. And you know how I knew that he had to be anointed? Did you see the bracelets that he was wearing?
Oh,
like,
I saw him from miles away
to be wearing them beads. I think them beads was imported right from Jesus's bedroom.
I believe it. I'm believe it.
That was when I see him again, I'm gonna make sure I get at least 2 of them beads, because there was double anointing on 2 of them beads.
I'm gonna need at least 4. Just 4.
Them things was big.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, bro. Since you've been back, you got there, you back to Texas, I'm back to New York. How has your life been impacted by the experience at Restore Now 25?
To answer that question, my brother, I have to tell myself the same thing. What are you going to do about it? I want everyone to take the opportunity to own every single opportunity, whether it be a good one or a bad one. Just own it. What are you going to do about it? What is your fiduciary duty as someone who is involved in what we're calling this kingdom culture? What are you going to do about it? You already have the tools. You've been inspired. You have been given opportunities for connection and also visibility. Now that you have all these tools, what are you going to do with it? Are you just going to sit on it, or are you going to move? Right. And honestly, my friend, I have been moving since I have been back. Going behind the chair, totally different energy. Everyone's like, man, you are hyped up. And even outside of that, literally today, my friend, I was literally in San Antonio, Texas, going to talk and energize people over there, just telling them about the experience at MPulse. And now I get a phone call and they're like, you know what, Timbo, let's do this podcast. And I was like, really? Restore now? I'm doing this now. And they're like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it. Let me get my mug and let's get started. Well,
shoot, since we're talking about energy and since we're talking about Restore Now, how about we bring on the visionary of this entire movement. The one, the only, Miss Micheline Barber. Come on, let's
bring
right
it in, y'all. Let's bring it in. Let's bring it in right.
Oh, with the fan. Huh?
Oh, she still got the fan. She still got the fan. Ow, 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 ow. Woo.
What's up, Mitch?
What is going on?
Let me tell you something. I am finally climbing up out of the high that I've been on. You know what I'm saying? It's like every day has been resuscitation, reviving. It's just been a new and more new. Right. When I say it has me sipping.
What? Ow.
I know.
Oh.
I'm gonna say this. Y'all two have made such an impact at MPulse Summit. You have no idea. Like every day we're talking to some of the signatures and they're expressing how y'all came about and how they were in your classes and how they came across you, Jay. What impact? Like every day we are hearing something new, whether it's Justin class or Michael Cole class, you name it, like Dr. Brandy's class, they're telling me this is what I needed. This is what I needed. And I'm telling you now, we can go from day one and move on up because it's all it's hot over here. I don't know about y'all, right?
well, look, before we get into number one, I want you to just tell me real quick, for a person who's never, this was my first MPulse anything. And for those who've never been, how did this even come about? Like where did this conference altogether, where did it come from?
We want to know about the vision.
Well, the vision actually was, I thought was a nightmare because I'm like, God, you talking to me, like, waking me up, just nervous. It's like, no, the people need it. The people need it. So it started as a necessity of what was missing. Timbo, you and Jay, y'all travel across the world. Y'all know what it is to be a platform artist and to be there and to show up at shows and, but it was something that was missing. It was that kingdom culture, right? It was that blend of the Lord, having fun, learning, meeting people, being able to speak to people without being scared to walk up on them. And it was like, build it. It's like build it, and so a lot of times we're looking to be at other people's tables and sometimes it just doesn't fit us, but we want to have a table that fit everyone. So I want to have that, spirit where we all are brothers and sisters. When we leave there, like we love to talk to each other because we was on the phone by the hour the other day, speaking all the way from Orlando. It's about picking up the phone and saying, I said it on Timbo class and now I'm implementing what he told me. I said it on Justin and I said, this is the tabs or the things that I'm going to do to better myself. And just knowing the value. I think what it is that I had a hard time understanding my value. I had a hard time. I'm trying to fit in at tables that didn't fit me. Just all these things that I went through. I didn't want anyone else to feel that way. I have 2 daughters and I never wanted them to feel like they couldn't fit in. I wanted to build a table if the table wasn't built for them. Chris and I, we want to build a table that because we care, we want to build something that somebody could say, I feel comfortable. Take your shoes off. Leave them at the door. You could come here and you could be yourself, vulnerable. We're not judging you. We don't care how much you cry, holler, scream, run. Nobody's going to say, now, why he doing that? Because at times we get in places where everybody want to put us in a box. And I felt like the box is too big for us. And like we said, it's bigger than hair. And that is where it's getting to. That is bigger than hair. It's about your sister, about your brother that you see in need and can come to you comfortably. Somebody who say, Jay, you know what? I want you to tell me seriously about how you've seen it and what we can do to better what you see. And just being able to say, Timbo, listen, I know it's your first year. I value your opinion because you travel. Y'all both travel and you see things. And sometimes it's not comfortable. Sometimes it's things that you can repeat. Sometimes it's things that you feel like, hey, I don't know how I'm going to tell someone. And just to see this, where you're on the seats, you're standing like that's what it's about. I love to have fun. Anybody that know me know I love beats. I love, let's be real. Let's have some fun and still love the Lord. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with just being ashamed. No, who's ashamed? Michael Cole, this is my image. I love it. because that is what it's about. It's about us bringing in individuals that this is my first time, this is my 7th time, this is my 3rd time, and I'm ready to eat again.
Nice. Nice. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. So, we have this amazing event, and you've had some time to kind of just rest and bask in what
And there ain't nothing you can do about it.
Wow.
That's awesome. Oh man, that was amazing.
Wow.
The breakdance.
Yeah, it's so many points. I really want to get that camera. You know how they have at weddings? The camera that people take pictures and then they give it to you and then you can develop and you'll find stuff.
Yeah.
So these individuals here are people who have matched people to come to the summit. They're like, you know what? I want somebody to come, so I'm going to match. I'm going to make sure they get there. Like, this is what it's about with this,
What drew you to those people? I'm interested. What drew you to the ones that you selected?
Actually, they drew themselves to me, because being organic, being original, that's the only way I know how to be.
Right.
I don't know how to be nobody else. And
Unapologetically.
I'm not going to apologize. I did that for sitting home. Apologizing for being pretty, apologizing for showing up. That's over. But when they see organically and originally my heart, like they see Micheline really want people to be here to experience it, it's like, I got you. Let me in, coach. If I can do nothing else, I can pay it for somebody else to come experience it, which is the most important thing to me. That was just important for people to see it. Like you said, Micheline, it's one thing you talking to me over the phone about it, you and Chris, and I'm already a hype person, but it's another for me to walk in the building, right, Jay? And Jay was like, man, I thought this was going to be another janky thing. I thought, when I first met Jay and we walk in and we setting up, I said, well, don't look at it now. Just wait, the vision coming. Being able to walk in, I'm a person that I can walk into a raggedy house and I can see potential.
Potential, that's it.
You see the walls being painted, the floors being made over. I can see it. So they're like, oh, don't worry about it. I said, no, show it to me like this. Because if I can appreciate it like this, I can appreciate it when it's built up.
Wow.
When it's getting bigger, I can appreciate it. God said, how are you going to act with the little things? How are you going to act before I give you the big things? I'm just saying, are you going to be appreciative? You feel like you got to be this? Your hair going to swell up? Never. I want to be able to say, it's not about me. It's about them. It's about you. It's about this person over here. And that's how y'all resonated from just talking over the phone. Never spent a day in our life together.
That's right.
But the conversation on the phone was about, Micheline, this is my journey. This is where I'm at. This is what I'm on. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. That's where I'm at in my journals, the books I write in. This is the walk. And be able to say, I'm going to take you with me. Come on, go with me. Don't leave me behind. I want to go with you, Micheline. Take me wherever you are. And Micheline, listen, you want to go with me? Okay, let me in, coach. Let me in. And that is what kingdom culture, as Jay named us, is about. And, I just want to thank everyone that showed up. I mean, I can start from the key holders. That's Nikki, that's Lee, that's Christy, that's Frenchie, that's Dee, that's Chris, that's Renee, that is Sierra, that's Marsha, Jason, Clarice, like Dee. I don't want to miss anyone. Those who are key holders, those are people who meet. If you see the stack of paper, we met today. You see what I'm saying? For next year. Key holders, they hold the key to when I can't unlock the door. They know how I think. They know how I move. They know how I love people, and they do the same thing, Chris, my earpiece is not plugged up, so I hope y'all can hear me good. Chris won't put my earpiece in. I got my glasses.
I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you good.
I can hear you.
The core specialists, we don't call them teachers, educators. They are the core. You all are leaving people out of the classroom superpowers. Feel like they got an S on their chest after they leave out of there because y'all are the core. The core means that's what helps everything bloom. Like that's the seed. And y'all have really showed up and showed out. Everyone that showed up there. Ashton, you, Dr. Brandon, I can go on and on. Young lady who talked about taxes. Like, it's so many people I can name that just when they left out y'all class, they was hungry. They wanted more. Like, oh no, feed me, Elmo, right? And oh my God, Pastor Major.
Wow.
Wow.
What's going on, sir?
Yeah.
Salute to you.
We gotta talk about
Yeah.
our exhibitors. Like, we have one that Georgia that has a children line, right? This is our first time exhibiting. And what God has did is he's getting ready to show her the residue of what has is going on.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We have Angie Jackson and Ashton that did a phenomenal presentation to where even the line is now saying, Ashton, I love your performance. Like, that's big. That's huge.
Yeah.
That Martin Salon saying, hey, I'm looking at you. I'm looking at y'all. I see what y'all doing. And just every person that was in the room, every VIP, every person that stepped in the building, whether you was a signature VIP or whether you was a VIP, everyone, I personally want to say thank you. You know what I'm saying? I want to say thank you that you trusted us, that you believed in us, that you know we wasn't going to give you anything, but we gave you the best things,
You did.
And thank you so much. I truly had a purpose of attending assignment accomplishment. It is when people understand what Pastor talk about an assignment, right? Assignment means you got to complete that assignment. We got some
right.
that we did, and we really are looking for what can we do better next year. And they're like, man, how y'all gonna top next year? We already helping it out. Like, we got meetings. I just finished getting off a meeting with a lady. And what is this gonna be like? She said, okay, Mitch, I'm gonna get that with you with the figures. Like, this is what we're doing. We're not resting because the energy that y'all have given us, we got no time to rest because we got it. Y'all have challenged us, right, Timbo?
No time. It's time.
Now, speaking of the people who have been bringing the energy and people who have done so much, and I love that you talked about that. We got a few folks here that we want to bring on and kind of get, let's round table this.
Got to get more hands in.
What to get? So come on, let's bring our guest in. I believe we got Miranda was one. Miss Georgia. We got Miss Georgia. Come on and join this conversation. What's going on now?
What's up, Georgia?
Hey, Miss Georgia, how you doing?
What is that, Ashton? Oh, y'all, right now, if y'all are just tuning in to the podcast, we have everyone that is joining us right now. We're actually in the building, just like Micheline was talking about, just being in the building. And if you were in the building, literally, it's hard to put it into words, and I'm sure you all would agree. It was an experience of a lifetime. It was very electric. But we're gonna roundtable this, just like Jay was saying. So we wanna get everybody's thoughts and their feelings on where they are. How did they feel when they left Restore?
Yeah, let's start with Miranda. Then we'll go to Georgia, and then Ashton, you can bring us in. Like Timbo said, what did you get from there? How'd you feel when you left?
I'm still like taking things out. You know how you pack for go somewhere, and when you get back home, you have to unpack. So right now, I'm like not unpacked yet, right? So just taking piece by piece. Got my notebook.
Come on.
Sipping with my cup. That type of thing. But it was such an amazing. This is my third year coming. And it's been the best so far. So I know it just go better and better, just get higher and higher. But the restore my peace and my joy and restoring the things in my business that I always wanted. And it was awesome also talking to you, Tim, about things that you encouraged me at the end, me leaving out. And it was awesome to see people actually recognize you and listen to what you actually had to say. So it was just great, just the commitment, the dedication, and being in the room and just asking the questions. That's what was me, because I'm always behind the scenes a lot. But for me to be in the front line, to be at the table that was set just for me.
Right.
the connection for me. So I'm just unloading my suitcase right now because I've been on a flight. You see what I'm saying? I've been on a flight.
That's it.
You know? Yeah, we was on a flight. We had a destination we had to go to, and I met it. So now I'm here just unpacking my suitcase and excited about the restore and everything that's happening, that's going to happen and continue to happen until the next time we meet.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
That's so good. Miss Georgia, how about you?
Oh, I feel restored, renewed, and reborn. Okay. So, I'm like her. I'm still not unpacked. This whole week was, I came from there and then I came home, then I had to fly back out, then I came back, then I was double booked, and then I have a show this weekend.
Yeah.
Come on.
Right. So they saw the video that I put up, and then they're having a women conference. So someone asked me, did I want to display my products, and did I want to get a section? And I said, sure, why not?
Hey,
That's it.
For me, it's the residuals coming on in.
It's the residuals, yes. So I'm excited, and I learned a lot. It was refreshing. I met a lot of amazing people, but what I love about it is not just a hair thing. And I was trying to tell everybody, it's so spiritual.
Yes.
And if you don't leave out of there a whole new person, because if you come with a lot on you, because I came with a lot on me, but I left without it, right? So if you come with a lot, you're leaving without it. Because it was so, and everybody was so welcoming, everybody was so nice, and it was the stop and pray for me every minute. That was it for me. The stop and pray.
Awesome.
Creating your blueprint.
So yeah.
First is important.
Wait, hold on, Jay. Who is this on the screen right now?
That looks like good old. That looks like.
Is that
stage extraordinaire?
Is that Ashton Moss?
You got to put a B. You got to put a B in front of Ashton. B.
Whoa.
B. Ashton Moss.
The Ashton Moss.
Man, Ashton. Man, first of all, your presentation was amazing, absolutely amazing. First time I ever got to see you was at the Bronner show, and man, you killed it. Tell us about your experience and what you got from Restore 25.
For me, Restore 25 was basically God's confirmation, like that I'm right where I need to be. It was a lot. This year was a lot to take it in a good way. I had been asking God for a lot of things, and I literally seen them like open right before my eyes. From my message to it reaching so many people. Even, I've always wanted to be a platform educator, and just for people to receive my classes and information the way that they did, like it made my heart so full. And even for people that I love and look up to and admire to tell me, hey, I'm a fan of yours. I'm like, even Timbo being one of them, he was like, I'm a fan of you. I'm like, I'm a fan of you. and so it was a lot. And I'm so upset I didn't get pictures with anyone. And then I'm even more upset, like I had a whole conversation with Timbo and I didn't even get a mug. So now I'm alone with the group of people that want a mug.
You gotta get the mugs, bro. That's your confirmation.
Gotta get the mug.
Yeah.
You know what, Jay? I'm gonna have to start a list. There's a lot of people that need mugs. I'm starting to get messages about them.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
You need them. Well, Timbo, speaking of, I don't know, somebody, I'm not sure, I don't think it's my mic. Timbo, you presented. What was your experience as an educator?
As an educator, it's something that is very refreshing. I've told people before that I'm on my own personal mission right now. This is my year of intent. And part of that being my year of intent, I have 3 pillars that I stand on. And the first one is clarity, knowing who I am and whose I am at the same time. that is something that's very clear and dear to me. So being able to stand in front of people and knowing who I am and what I stand for and whose I belong to, I'm very, very proud to be able to say that. And then also discipline, being able to be disciplined to do it, even when you don't even have the desire to get out of bed. Because sometimes we find ourselves getting into that dark place where we just want to give up the fight, but the battle is still on every single day. This is something that I feel that you have to be truly disciplined about, to get up every morning. Because my friends that are here listening, it takes courage just to get out of bed every single day to conquer this thing that we call life, right? And then the last thing, my friends, is one piece that is very important. And I honestly feel that everyone that did go to MPulse this year and they were restored know that there is impact that needs to be made. And at the end, when it comes to impact, you guys, we have to be sure that we're lifting others up. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us as a whole. If everyone gets lifted up to a higher place, then we're all going to conquer. So it's very, very important for me to be impactful and intentional about every single conversation that I'm doing. So being an educator at MPulse Summit, it was amazing to be able to stand in front of colleagues, peers, people that I've looked up to, just literally giving me the love and respect to be able to listen to what it is that I have to say, but also at the same time receiving it and also doing something about it. And that is something that was very, very life-changing for me to be able to have the opportunity to do that. So I thank each and every one of y'all that attended my class, because it's hard to stand in front of people, but to be able to have people take something, even if it's just one thing out of what you said, and actually apply it to their life and to others' life, that is the impact that I was trying to make. So definitely thank you for the opportunity to do that. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I definitely understand. Being an educator myself, I've spent the majority of my time in classrooms teaching and being behind the chair and teaching people how to be behind the chair. So I get how that is, how it can be nerve-wracking to stand in front of people and have to deliver something, and to deliver it where you know it's creating an impact. And that's good. Micheline, I want to ask you a question. It's probably going to be very, very, very difficult for you to answer, but I'm going to throw it at you anyway. Okay.
Do it. Do it.
I would like to know, I'd like for you to tell the people, I'm gonna make it a little easier. Give me your top 3 memorable moments from Restore 25.
Woof. That's a hard one, because I had so many memories. Like I'm sitting over here.
I know you did.
I'm jotting down. Let's say when we first got there, right? And of course, coming up to you all and hugging you all, your neck, and just people coming in and just being so happy to be in the building. That's a memory that's always going to be there, because I see people just running to be there. Even though they wasn't running, I felt in my spirit it was running to be restored. Another thing is seeing the models that they were greeting, and how Sierra and Tracy and them had their hair done and their makeup done with Lala, and they was greeting, and they said, "Welcome to MPulse Summit." Like everything that I envisioned, from the passports to the scavenger hunt.
You gotta look at him.
Everything they did was of excellence. And it was like, if I had to ask myself, if I was doing that, would I have done it that way? And I'm saying, absolutely, maybe not as good as they did it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sitting here like they exceeded what I wanted. Then seeing, Nick and Angie and Marsha and Lee and Dee, them just welcoming people at the front, to see something from paper to performance, like I cannot talk about that enough, right? From how they look, I might be skipping all over the place, but when they did the Mitches at the gala, and they did all of the hairstyles that I wore over the years, from the clothing I wore to the Dudley purse, it's the attention to details for me that I am big on. Like I'm a detailed person. I'm like, okay, if I give them this, how would if I give them chocolate mixed with salt? I'm like that. So I'm a visionary, but I also, as a taste, feel, and see person, I want someone to feel what I feel. But what I never want anyone to feel was hurt. So I put myself in a position like, would this affect them? How would this hurt them? How would I know if I put Georgia beside Miss D, with the cakes?
that people gonna come and get the cakes and they're gonna pass the cakes and they're gonna see. Like, we think like that. Not even too many of the same things. And so the memories I have is like when we are writing down and we're meeting and we disagree to agree and we argue and, you know, but we love each other right after. It's because the passion that everybody who's
passion.
It's that passion. And my memories of Ashton and Angie to come together, like I know how Angie talked about Ashton, and just to see that come together and the message. Like I couldn't even say anything in the mic, and normally I'm emceeing. I'm like, this message is deep. This message is like, if you didn't get the message, there's something wrong with you. Because the message is about love. The message is about collaboration. The message is about, yeah, I have been hurt, but now I'm restored. So don't miss the message. The message of these two amazing individuals working together, and nobody like jealous of the other one and looking at the other like, I've been doing this longer than him. Who you think it is? It was never like that. And how she said, you know what, Mitch? Ashton called me. He checked on me. He made sure I was okay. He was like a big brother to me. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, because I don't get a chance to see every memory. But when somebody come back to me and I see Pastor pray for Georgia, and she told us what all she, you know, had to go through, and she was leaving, but she was leaving on her face, right? That memory of Pastor Major taking the time out to just pray for her and pray for someone. Like, you don't find that too often. You don't find when somebody say, let me pull you to the side because you may want to do this different. You may want, let me pray for you. Let me pray for your business. That don't come about. Like, I don't know about, that's peculiar. In the industry that we're in. That's peculiar in the industry of Christians. Right? Sometimes we can be so Christian till we leave what that needs to be there. We leave out what's the best part of it. Bringing somebody in. What Pastor said the other day, he said, Mitch, we are there to catch them and let God clean them.
That's it.
Catch them. That's the memory that I could see when I had my eyes down and I'm praying and I looked up. The memory that I see, and Chris said he knew I was going to flip out. I seen Pastor lay on all the things that we were carrying with us. I lost it.
That's it.
I let out such a, piercing scream that I'm like, he is sacrificing. That's a memory for me. You know, the memory of somebody saying, no, you can't do it, and no, you're not good enough, and, you know, because you didn't win this trophy. You know, all these things, that's memory. That's forever bedded in my mind that I looked up and seen him laying on our troubles. Being able to bear the burdens. And I know what he went through. Like he told his story. He lost a job in the 7th month. I'm like, wow. I didn't realize it was the 7th month. And then when I said his number, it was 777. I'm like, God, you keep showing up. It's the memories like that I can see everybody, you know, having a good time, and you on the table, and Jay, you laid out on the floor, and you just like your shoes is up against the wall, like that memory. That's what I'm hungry for. If I don't eat anything else all this week, I'm still full.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I'm still full because I'm looking at, you know, Thea testimony, how she blended in with young lady do microlinks, right? Come on, y'all. Collaboration.
You know
what I'm saying? The collaboration is unbeatable because when you say I love you and there's nothing you can do about it and mean it. When I see my dad there, right? And I see my mom and my sister and my cousin Jason, my aunt Margaret, and everybody said, man, I don't know who did these yams. I don't know who did this macaroni and cheese. I don't know who did this food. That's a memory for me. Because my mom was so like thirsty to make sure that y'all enjoyed the meal. And Jason making sure, man, we doing the meat like this. We do like, it's a memory for me that I don't know about y'all, but my favorite part of the year is Thanksgiving. You know why I love Thanksgiving? Because you ain't gotta wear my. You don't have to worry about nothing. You just giving thanks.
Mm.
And I felt like we was at that table. Go around the table and tell what you did. Go around the table and say what you was doing. Yes.
Can we do that real quick? Can we do that real quick? Can we go around just each person and we can start with Miss Georgia and just give us one thing that you are thankful for that you got from Restore.
For sowing my seed into a ground that I know is gonna harvest and into a good ground. So I'm grateful and I'm thankful for Micheline for having that ground for me to sow my seed.
Good, awesome. How about you, Miss Miranda?
Just being at the table around greatness and not jealousy or just being at the table, at a table that I know that's for me in this season. Being at the table.
That's awesome.
Literally at the table. Literally. Literally.
Yeah.
Ashton, how about you?
I'm thankful for the connection that I formed with everyone, from everyone that I knew. Like even when I first hugged Miss Mitch, like when that first hug from Miss Mitch, it told me everything was gonna be all right. From
I know that's right.
Miss Angie, I will never forget that. Like I have a newfound auntie, like Miss Angie. Like I can't even put it into words. Like just even our journey of getting to the process up for the show to everything. Like I love you, Miss Angie. I love you so much. Like I said, Tim, our Kevius, everybody. Just I'm just thankful for the connection with everybody. That's something I remember forever.
Awesome, Timbo.
I would say the one thing that I say that stands out to me is to be seen. To be seen. I think a lot of times with the experiences that we have had, Jay, Micheline, like when we go, same thing, Ashton, when we go to a hair show or something like that, there's so many other artists that are there. We tend to get saturated and we kind of end up being in the back. So we don't get the opportunity to be seen a lot. So to be able to walk into this experience and before I can even open my mouth, someone can say, I know who you are. And then they want to take pictures and they've been on our podcast or they've already been following our work. It's very, 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 it's very humbling because instantly I'm like, wow, someone does, see the stuff that I'm doing and they find value in it. So it just inspires me to want to do better and be better just for them. So to be seen in the building, if you may, that is something that definitely touched my heart the entire time. That was my experience, my biggest takeaway.
I'm thankful for the courage and the obedience of Chris and Micheline.
Yeah.
I know that there were many different stress points.
Absolutely.
And many different, I don't know. And as a person who has done events, not to this caliber, or just events in general, there's always something that falls apart at the last minute, or you plan for people to show and they don't show. And it's so easy to stop and say, you know what, maybe this ain't supposed to happen.
Right.
But if not for the courage and the obedience,
yes.
None of this would have happened. Everything from there compounds, especially my experience with the overseer of the summit. Major C. Jones was a needed element for me.
Absolutely.
I didn't even know. I didn't even know. I thought when I first saw him, I'm like, okay, he's coordinated. I got to find out where he got them bracelets. Okay, cool. I didn't even know he was that. Because I'm like, this dude, he can't. The way he dressed, he's too fly. But it was such a blessing to me. And I'm so thankful for him, and I want to bring on the overseer of the MPulse Summit, Pastor Major C. Jones from Tampa, Florida, of Life Point Church. Let's bring him in.
Pastor Major in the building.
Come on now, what's up, sir?
What is
Hey,
up?
everybody. Hey, how everybody doing?
Doing good.
Hello.
How y'all doing?
Yeah. Awesome.
We're
Doing
doing wonderful,
good.
man.
Good to see you. Hey, Mitch.
Hey,
It's so good to see you, man. Pastor, look, man, everyone's talking
Good to
about,
see you too.
just how God used you in a major way. And of course, we get to see you from the execution side.
Right.
But I would love for you to, one, speak to your experience, but also speak to your preparation for something like this. That I can imagine that carrying such a huge work has to be somewhat heavy. So can you, one, speak to just your experience overall, and then just kind of give us some insight to how you prepared for this summit?
Thank you, Jay Kyle, and to all of you. I love so much more. All of the persons who spoke, I believe it was Georgia, and I don't see who else is on here, but I know I heard her. I think Ashton is on here. Good. So I see a few people. I love you all so much. I did not initially plan on jumping on, but I think someone tagged me in on Facebook, and so I saw the notification. But this whole journey it has been, let me just be completely honest and transparent. Um, never be oil until there is first a crushing. And so I have endured, I've endured a season of crushing. As I shared a little bit, just a one or two liner while there at the summit. But let's just say this: I asked a question, or should I say, let me say this: I asked myself a question, but it was a resounding question that God initially asked me. He asked me this question: what would you do, or moreover, what would you attempt to do if you knew that you could not fail? And so I'm like, wait, what? I'm not in this. I'm not in the industry, right? I'm not in the industry. He said, "But you're taking on their burden," and he allowed me to experience for a brief moment. I was able to handle the burden. He experienced just a foretaste of what failure felt like. And so what I had to do was I had to then learn my position in partnering. Because my job as the overseer is to intercede and intercept. Both come from the same root, which means my job is to take on a lot of what others are feeling. And the Lord shared with me, it's a heavy, heavy challenge, but you can handle it. And so he started saying, what your responsibility is to partner. So I think the clip that that you all are showing now was nothing more than me partnering with the purpose, and I'm going to explain this in just a moment, partnering with the purpose of every participant. That's what my responsibility was to do. I couldn't wait until I got there. That was a journey. That was a journey. And the Lord spoke a couple of things to me. I'm going to share with you all. And again, this is off straight off wrong with, but said, make sure that you share with the people that their mind is not strong enough to comprehend what their spirit is capable of accomplishing.
All right.
So I'm like, okay, got it. Their mind, and then he gave me Bible to back it up. He said their minds right now, all they can do is focus on what's in front of them or what's behind them. But sometimes the challenge of being a visionary is that we're able to create a world based on the evidence that we have. And if we create the world based on the evidence that we currently see before us, right, as creatives, sometimes we allow the evidence to usher us out of what purpose God usher into. Thus, the Bible says we walk by faith, we don't walk by sight. And so the Lord said, your job is to make sure that they know they're strong enough. They are strong enough. They are strong enough. There's a lot of people who came there that were weak. They are strong enough. And as a matter of fact, he said, they're going to have on lenses. I'm telling you, while me and Timbo and Jay were eating at the restaurant before we even got to the summit. The Lord said, for me, and he said, for me, you're going to have to break some things. I'm like, wait, what? He said, change will only come if some things are broken. And so I'm like, well, wait a minute. These people already have their businesses in line. He said, if it's not broken, break it. Because the pattern is the problem.
Yeah.
Again.
The pattern is the problem.
He said, if they understand change is necessary for where they are right now. And he said, if it's not broken, break it. Because the pattern is the problem. They're wearing themselves out trying to fit in something and wait on people who are only good for where they were and not where they're going. Can I drop something on you that I just heard? And this is straight raw. Don't miss the party waiting on the ones who will never show up. I'm gonna say this again. Don't miss the party waiting on people who will never show up. You have to be okay with, and I said this, I believe, regarding bridges, but you have to be okay with the doors that will never open again. And when you are okay with the doors that will never open again, you good. Where it is from? I'm good. We good. It's all good. Why? Because if we're walking in purpose, I'm going to share this. If you're walking in purpose, then purpose will always have partners. I'm going to say that again. If you're walking in your purpose will always have partners. Can you prove it, Pastor Major? I don't need to. The Bible already says it. God's name is connected, watch this, with partnerships. God's name is connected with partnerships. Whenever God got ready to do something in the earth, watch this, he used partners to get the job done.
That's it.
I'm going to say it again. Whenever God got ready to do things in the earth, he said, let me put partners together. If it were never so, then he would have never allowed 2 by 2 to go into the ark.
Come on.
Partners.
Come on.
He would have never said, let us make man.
Yes, sir.
Partners. He would never say this. If there be 2 or 3 that would be in the name, I'll be in the midst. Partners.
I'll be in the midst.
Need more? That's Old Testament, Pastor Major. I'm glad you said that. Because he said, you know what? I'm going to send these disciples out, and I'm going to send them out 2 by 2. Partners.
Yeah.
If we want to see real productivity, we have to be okay with canceling the wrong company and inviting and welcoming the right partners. Because again, purpose has partners. We live enough. I'm going to say this. We live enough to be different. But do we surrender enough to be the change that we've been waiting on? I'm kind of touching on something here. But we live enough to be different. I'm done, J. Kyle. We live enough to be different.
No.
But do we surrender enough to be the change that we were hoping to get from other people?
That's it.
When you understand the process of going through what it is that you go through, you know that what it is, whatever you experience becomes a down payment for your future. Tears are nothing more than the currency that we will be able to use as evidence as to why, watch this, nobody gave it to us. We earned the right to be here. And when you earn the right to be here, you don't have to wait on nobody to say, you know what? No, I did this, I did this, I did this. Nope. God says, when I do it, ain't nobody's fingerprint going to be on it except for mine. And when I do it, all they will be able to see, all they will be able to say is, you know what? This wasn't nobody but God. They don't even deserve to be there. Watch this. They don't even deserve to be there. Watch this. They didn't even sign up for it. They were selected for it. I'm done.
And that's a calling. That's a calling.
I'm done. God is moving. God is moving us from signing up to being selected.
That's it.
I don't know who that's for. but he's moving, he's changing the trajectory. I think Georgia stated that people came looking for her. When you're walking in purpose, purpose will come and find you because God's name is connected to the partners that carry what you lack. I'm done. I'm done. It was not supposed to be that kind of night.
No, it is. It's needed. It's needed. It's needed. It's definitely needed.
Yes,
And
it is.
somebody received it.
Yes, it is.
They got that. Look, Pastor, look, that was right on time. And you know what? It's beautiful because I told Timbo something that the Lord has shared with me when we first got to Charlotte. And I told him how
Speak on it, brother. Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak
God
on
was
it.
showing me how in this season that I'm in this land of promise, and we get hung up on the milk and honey.
The milk and the honey.
That means there's bees and cows. It means you got to work the land, yet the promise is in the land.
Yes.
And one thing that God was showing me to help me move correctly was that you need to stop trying to find where your land is.
Yes.
The children of Israel were never responsible for the allocation of land. They were responsible for working the land that they were allocated.
That's
what
it.
God was showing me was that I'll take care of the opportunity. I'll bring what needs to come to you. You just need to be ready to cultivate it with the gift I've given you, the seed I've given you, once it happens. And what you are saying right there, and you said it even on that night, was your system's got to be ready. Your pattern, my pattern was a problem because I was too busy trying to find the opportunity. And I was like, it's not your responsibility. I'm gonna bring you to. I'm gonna bring you to opportunity.
Not your assignment.
Are you going to be ready when it comes? So thank you for bringing that in. I see you just sat up. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No.
We here right now.
Jay, you can tell when he got something to say. I was like, he be like, go ahead. Just like he said, Mitch, I apologize. No.
No apologies. No apologies necessary.
Right. No apologies necessary. You can say because that's where we right now. We got here by not apologizing. We got here. Don't say you ain't gotta say I'm sorry no more. You say what you need to say because I'm over here taking notes. I don't know about those who out there, but understand this. I take copacetic notes. Okay. Because I gotta go back and read it and put that back in my life in order.
That's it.
Yeah. Well,
so I'll say this. Go ahead. I want to say a couple more things.
Go ahead.
We have always done it that way is the 7 most expensive words of any business that had potential. But never was activated. And sometimes what got you here is not strong enough to take you there. So what we have to understand is that limitation and become a place for innovation. Everything that we need and everything we have, it all depends on how we choose to see it. And so when you choose to see it right way, when you choose to inspect what you expect, your expectation becomes even stronger. Why? Because your expectation puts a demand on what God already has in store for you, which makes everything that we experience even more the better. J. Kyle, you were talking about the whole systems, but if I can just stretch this for a moment and I'm done here. Add on to systems to grow, and I'm going to share this, to grow, and this can be applied to any dynamic, to grow, to thrive, and to strive. You need to make sure that you inspect your systems, look at your structure, make sure you have the right strategy. I'm going to say that again. You have to look at your systems, your structure, and you have to ensure you have the right strategy.
Okay.
And when you have those 3 areas, that comes as on your chest. Why would I say that?
Chris, we might have to bring past out.
He won't allow the oil to be poured. I'm done. He won't allow the oil to be poured and we drop it.
Pastor, we probably gonna have you run that back again because your signal had you paused. Now we did get the gist of what you said about look at your structure, your systems, and your strategy. but you was on the
Okay.
major glitch. So if possible, if you can give us that
Okay.
whole piece again, because you're cooking and we need all the
Okay,
seasoning.
We don't.
Because it's sizzling right now. We just ready to eat, man. We trying to receive this.
Okay. So I said for any successful business, you need to make sure that you grow, and that you look at three things. I said, I believe it was your systems, your structure, and your
Structure
strategies.
and strategy.
Your system, your structure, and your strategies. And the reason why I said those three areas are of paramount importance is because God will never He'll never give us what He can't trust us with. He'll never pour His oil in a vessel that is not prepared to hold what He pours.
Come on.
There is something about the container. Can y'all hear me all right? Am I good?
Yes.
Am I good?
Yeah.
So there's something about the container, and I've got here a bottle of water, right? This bottle was created. I see you with the Timbo cup, Tim. I got mine. But this bottle was created to hold something. You were created to hold something, right? But we don't want to misappropriate grace God given us to hold and handle the things. Watch this. He uses on the minds of the minds of the allow it to hold it. So what we don't want is we don't want to be holes in the container so that it is not able to handle the content. What is content? He uses it as a gifting and a grace. So we have to make sure that we look at our systems, our structure, and our strategies. Again, God is not going to pour His oil into anything or anyone that He can't trust it in. So again, I admonish every person, look at those three areas. Thank you, Frenchie. Your systems, your structure, and your strategies. Define those three areas so that you don't put them all in the same big cauldron together and mix them thinking that they're the same thing. No, you have been given the ability to walk with a real S on your chest. The S on your chest says, I've successfully inspected what I expect. I looked at my systems, according to what Jay Kyle and we talked about. My systems are in place. I looked at my structure. Why? Because you will never be able to expand beyond the strength of your structure. And I've also looked at my strategy. What is my strategy? How I'm going to get it done. So
I'm going to get it done.
Sometimes not that we don't have the right thing. Sometimes do the right thing the wrong way. And so you have to go back and look at your strategy. Is this appropriate for where I am and where I'm going? That's it.
Adrian Tabb said, count the costs.
That's it. That's good. And look, that didn't cost nobody no offering. That was just good old free anointed
That was
word
straight.
right there.
That was straight off the cuff.
Right off.
You got to keep pen and paper around him. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep some, because when he says we say cancel the wrong company. I'm going to say this is something that, we have definitely had to learn through this season of restoration, right, Pastor? We had to learn that some company we can't keep. Oh, Chris be on it. Some company we can't keep. And, when you said the pattern is the problem, I don't know about people who can sew. I know, Ashton, I think you can sew, right? I don't know how many people can sew. People who can sew without a pattern. There's people who can do it just off of what they are graced for, as you say, right, Pastor? And so sometimes we're trying to go off what somebody else did, and we don't understand that's not our pattern.
Right.
You have to be that person that I like the fact you said, don't miss the party, waiting on the people. We talked about that because we want people to experience it. And we talk about it. They're like, oh, you know what? They're going on and on and on. Right, Miranda? They're just going on, Ashton. On what's this MPulse Summit? Like the young lady from Meta, which is one of the exhibits, she said, why isn't more people here, Micheline? She said, everybody need to know about this. I said, the right people are here.
That's right.
The right people going to tell the right people. And then those right people going to tell the right people. Because we may be entertaining the wrong patterns.
That's it.
The problem. that's duplication and don't understand it, it's going to switch up in the middle of the game according to what God's will and his way. And that's why you said, Pastor, like, don't, I apologize, man. I said, no. It was meant for us to be on time. We wasn't late. We were on time for what we needed to hear and what the people needed to see, what we all needed to experience. And one thing that you said is you may not be able to see what God said, but understand he's going to do it. A lot of times we look for that pattern to be right here, the rhythm. You already know that rhythm. But if somebody switch it up, we're like, hold on, that sounds like, because a lot of times we see people emulating music, right? And they use someone else rhythm and then they change it up. But we're so used to that. Just like I got stuck trying to get home. I was almost home and there was a car accident. I'm like, man, I got to stay here until this clear up. No, I used a different path and I still got to my destination. I didn't get upset about the fact that I prayed for whoever was in the accident, right? I missed it by seconds. And I turned around and went a different way. So the pattern, like you said, follow this pattern. Chris put up my family, and just what you said about things, like that's the pattern that I want to emulate. How they treat people, how they love people, how they care for people, how you do it, how Chris do it, how Timbo. Everybody on here, so many people that could have joined us on this live. But it's something here that says we're still bringing, as they say, kingdom culture into everything we do. And I see you stood up, Pastor. You went off mute. Go ahead and say what you're going to say.
So I got one line, literally one line. For the people who've been trying to, I was okay mentioning we start talking about the pattern and trying to force things to fit or force people to fit. We have to become mature enough to place people where they're fit. Don't fit them where they're not placed. I'll say that again.
That's deep.
We have to learn how to place them where they fit and not fit them where they're not placed. Sometimes whenever that happens, like we try to pull people in a place where they're actually not authorized to come. They can't come. And so we end up having somebody who's trespassing because they have not been authorized to enter into the place you have access to. And you know how it is when you go backstage, you have a backstage pass. Bring people back, and there's a person at the door making sure. What are they going to say? Can I see your pass? Don't try to fit them where they're not placed. Just leave them where they are. No harm, no foul. Love them. Appreciate their contribution to whatever they've done and whoever they were. It does not mean that they don't have value. It simply means that, watch this, their assignment, here we are, was completed. Now it's time for you to continue and appreciate them for the contribution that they made. Everybody's standing on somebody's shoulders. But again, you can't take people that are not authorized. I'm done. I promise I'm done.
Angie said stowaways, right? Stowaways, right? They can't go with you.
That's right. So they bus stop. Time to get off.
Right.
Time to get off.
Tamisha was saying, Mitch, it wasn't as many people that has been there in the past. She said, but it was a feeling that it was the right people. Exactly.
Yes.
I said, yes, it was the numbers. I didn't count the numbers. I counted the numbers of people that what they were saying, how they felt, the season that they were in, and now they're coming out of the season. And just, I shared something the other day. It's restore, right? And Pastor, what I learned from you years ago was the RE. Stuck with me, right? You said it, and then we said restore. God said he's going to give it back to us again. It's a way that we know that nobody's going to get the claps but him. Nobody's going to get the honor but him. And I shared something with you the other day, and I shared something with the team that the hotel said, Micheline, we owe you some money back. Never in the history of 7 years since I've been doing this, did they say we owe you money. It's called repay. about, where do you want us to give you the rebate backer? I'm sitting here like, wow, right? And I said, God, you are already starting to restore it. Then I turn around and the van that we rented, they said, we're going to give you back the full thing that you sent. I'm like, Lord, you did it again. I wasn't expecting that. I thought, okay, once I pay for the van, that's it. You know, I'm thinking that's the amount of the van. It's like, no, we still owe you $500 something back. I'm like, God. The thing that we're saying is the pattern of me used to be in a certain kind of way. It switched up on me this year. And I'm grateful for the switch up. I'm grateful for it, how it's happened. I'm thankful because now everything that God said, you did not lose your cool. You still praised me through it all. And guess what I got for you? A refund. I got to repay you because you was obedient on this path, right? That's what it's about. It's about listening and learning that the memories that you asked me about, Jay and Timbo, you asked me what memory. It's so many that I can just go back to. But this is my Thanksgiving. Like November came early for me, you know, because if I could pass my baton to somebody else and say, here, you know, run with it. And I know it's in good ground. And I know who we have on that stage is representing the right way, saying the right things and put people first. Can't beat it.
That's it.
You can't beat it when you can see. And I tell my pastor, like, when we say bigger than hair, he's big. And from, you know, watching Chris and the things that he's put together visually and just all the things that people saying, my name, my face is on this. Like, I see my face on this and this and this. You deserve it. You deserve for people to see you. Like you said, we've been so unseen in ways, stowaways, like Angie said, we've been that. And we'll pull them out when we need them. No. Not when we are in a system around kingdom. Right?
I like that.
Not when we are around people that says, Timbo got something to say. Georgia got something to say. Miranda and so many more people, Ashton, Pastor, got something to say. Give them the platform. Give them the mic.
Pass that mic.
Pass the mic. See, we have a problem. We are in this industry where we don't want to pass the mic.
That's right.
And we're so afraid that somebody's going to be better than us.
Better than us. Baby. There's enough of the pie for everybody to get a slice.
Enough. And then somebody going to be better than you. And you got to find yourself as to what you need to do to better yourself instead of comparing. Like, you know what, Timbo, he did that style. Let me see how Ashton did that quick weave. He said, curl it first, flat out at first, before you place it in. See, paying attention to how you can make yourself better and not saying, I could do better. You could, but you didn't. You could, but you're not. You gotta ask yourself, what can you do better in this culture of kingdom that we're building? That, as you say, Pastor, catch them and we clean them up.
That's it.
There's people that want to be cleaned up. There's people that's ready for you to catch them in the net. They fish that say, you know what, I'm ready to be caught. There are people that just want to be caught, to show them a different way of how you can still be around individuals, like-minded individuals, tribes of individuals that want to see you win. If nothing else. Tim, I see you came off a lot of what you want to say, because I can go on and on.
That's one of the things that I was sharing with the group that I was talking to earlier today. They said, where does this energy come from, Timbo? What is it that you're doing? And I was just like, honestly, to tell you the truth, I just want everybody to win. Someone shared that at MPulse, and I was like, you know what? That sums all this up. Everybody wanting to win. I love being able to collaborate. I'm in this season right now about visibility and collaboration. I can't do everything by myself, but I would love to know some other people that can do it just as good. And I'd rather have someone else sit in their seat. I'd rather have someone do that. I can advocate for them. I can share with them. I'm just going to pick on him. Ashton on here, just sitting back, watching him do his thing on stage. I was literally sitting there like,
right.
the whole time. Literally loved how you do it. Could someone else do it the same way? Absolutely. But nobody's going to do it like Ashton. Nobody's going to do it like Angie. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there talking with Miranda, we were sitting there talking about her business. I think sitting there, my friend, where we came up with 3 or 4 different things that she can be doing in her salon so that she can step away and still generate income. And I told her with this charge, and I was like, I'm going to hold you accountable. She's like, hold me accountable, because I want to see her win too. You know, I just want to see everybody that I ran across win. I see so much amazing things happening around them. Sometimes most people that have these amazing things happening around them, they don't even see it. Maybe I'm supposed to be their eyes. I'm supposed to be their ears so that I can remind them this is happening. I see it, just to remind them that something is coming. Just hold on a while longer, just a little while longer.
Now, before we're gonna take a quick left turn, but before we do, I want to say this real quick. His face isn't on here, but I want to thank Chris for another aspect of this summit, and it was the Men on Pause. It was necessary, and it is something that does not happen in hair shows.
No, it does not.
And I do believe with my whole heart that it was the kingdom part of the culture aspect.
Yes,
that
sir.
Those of you that may not know that there was a space in this conference dedicated specifically to men and healing and creating a space that was safe enough for them to be hurt and strong enough for them to be healed.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Conversations that were necessary. And I just want to say to anyone who might be watching this presently or the rebroadcast that there are so many things that separated MPulse from other shows. But this thing here, to have a space that spoke to men and where they are, is necessary, because men within this industry, they're either supporting the women who are, running their salons, and a third, or they are the men in the salons or barbershops doing it. And just like there's a space for women to cry and to bond and to join together because it's necessary, we men need that too. We need it a certain way, and it was provided. And I think it is so important, and I can't wait to see how that evolves moving forward. And so I want to say, while he can hear me, while he can appreciate it, I want to say thank you to Chris specifically, and to anyone else on the team who made sure that there was a space for men to be spoken to. And I appreciate that. And as we're looking at like what's going to happen going forward, Mish, I want to ask you, what is God saying to you for 2026, and how will it be different for our year number 8?
Let me tell you, a young lady we talked to earlier, she said, Mitch, how y'all going to top this? It's not the fact that topping it, I feel it's going to be elevation. It's going to be something, and God just keep giving me that word elevation. This is what I just keep hearing, that it's going to a whole nother level. What we are meeting about now is MBS. And that's going to be mind, body, and soul. So many times we are at a point where we don't get our mind right. We have so much clutter, and we have clutter, we can't function right. We can't think right. We can't do anything right. When I went through menopause, the biggest thing I hated was my memory loss. I could not remember how to spell simple words. I'm always a very organized person. I was unorganized, and I didn't have it. It's just that. And God is saying that 8, when I asked them, new beginnings.
New beginnings.
And now I'm looking at the numbers 4. 4 keep coming up. It says new beginnings, right? It's a new beginning for all of us. And as the team met earlier today, we're looking at what we can do to take it to new beginnings for next year. What can we do in the space of the Men on Pause? What can we do for the whole experience of MPulse Summit, the MBS, the mind, body, and soul matching experience, right? And we asked people, like, what if you didn't, what made you sign up? What made you spend it? It was like, Micheline, because you was attached to it. Micheline, we know you walk in excellence. Micheline, you think about people. I'm saying, like, Chris was like, I'm trying to tell her people who don't understand. It's not the fact that, but I know Timbo can go with me on this, and I'm not gonna cry about this. When you have been underlooked, people push you to the side. I was told one time I can't work and talk at the same time on platform. When you have gone through any of that hurt and you apologizing, you constantly apologizing, you get tired.
Yeah.
I want this to be an unapologetic experience. Don't apologize for taking your shoes off. Don't apologize for running around the room. Don't apologize for screaming. I don't want nobody to say I'm sorry. I want what God is telling me in this next season is that it is definitely something that we don't have to apologize about, that we earned it, that we carry value, that people are looking at us and we don't even know it, that people are watching us just to see if we're going to be off a little bit. And if we are, we're not apologizing for it. So in this next season, God is just saying that it's another level. And of course, with every level, we know what, Pastor, it's going to be some devils, right?
Devils. Yeah.
It's gonna override anything else. Because we see the tribe that's even on this live, the tribe that's on the Facebook, the tribe that's making the comments. We see this tribe that they're not going to let it happen. I always tell people, me and my sister can fight. Ain't nobody else going to mess with me. And that's how I feel about this family. Hey, y'all can do whatever, but what you're not going to do is you're not going to talk about my family.
Yeah, that's right.
And so this is where we're now introducing that next level of the mind, body, and soul experience at the mansion.
Mind, body, soul.
It's gonna be dope. I'm gonna tell y'all how God. I'm gonna tell y'all. I need y'all to listen up. This time last year when we was leaving the summit, we were still like really excited, right? And we stopped by a restaurant because I told you we always like to support Black businesses, and we stopped by this restaurant, and I was in there. I was washing my hands, and I came out. I said, "Why is so?" Like he kept saying, I came out, and Chris was like, okay. And it didn't really go anywhere. But such a time as this, it came back full circle. Not September 25, but September 24th, 2024 is when we was there, and I'm washing my hands. I'm like, MBS. That's how God works. Somebody said, I didn't make it this year, but I'm not going to miss next year. Such a time as this. And I want Pastor Lever, because I just keep saying it's such a time as this right here that it was meant for us to be on this live. And we just said, you know what? I want to express my gratitude, and I can't just sum it up with just one person. I need the world to know how grateful and thankful I am that souls were saved in Dr. Brandy's class, that lives was changed by listening to a word of Pastor, or Pastor prayed, or Chris, came through and awarding him for the things that he's doing. And all these things put together, the team just coming together and just saying, this is what the future professionals showed up. D worked that. That was hard, right? The exhibitors being blessed. And I can go on and on and on, right? But all we say is it's another level. Look, we hashtag until God tell me what to call it. We can't wait, W8, for year number 8, right? We can't wait for what God is going to tell me to call it, say what is, and I always, once he do that, then I go to my overseer, I go and I say, this is what I keep hearing. What does this mean? Because I'm going to tell people now, I still have to learn this right here. I still got to take notes. I'm still, God, show me what needs to be happening. Show me what I need to read, right? Because like I said, my pattern is not perfect. And I'm nowhere near saying it is, but I'm willing to learn what I need to do to get stronger.
Right.
Study that. In church Sunday, what God says, step up.
Step up.
That's what I heard in church Sunday. Step up. I'm like, he said, no, step up in the ministry more. Step up and see what they need more at the church. Like that's what he told me Sunday. Step up. And I'm like, okay, I'm helping it. Oh, you're not doing nowhere near the gifts of what I've given you, and you know that. Afraid of what somebody gonna say. You're afraid of somebody gonna say who she thinks she is. I'm a person that God say needs to do this, and I'm not gonna apologize for anything I'm gonna do from here on out because I've been apologizing my whole life.
Right.
Yeah, that's good. So, look, as we're getting ready to bring this amazing recap, this beautiful live, we're getting ready to land this plane. We're going to do one last round of final words. And so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to start, and then I'm going to go to my boy Timbo, and then we're going to go to Miss Miranda, then Miss Georgia, then Ashton, then Pastor, and then we're going to close out with the visionary. So on our last words, I want to talk, and Chris, you do me a favor, throw that logo up there again, that KC logo, Kingdom Culture. You've heard us say
Culture.
We've heard us say this so far. Yes, I will. We've said this a few times, and I wanted just to kind of, I guess I happened to be the guy that threw that out there, but we were having a conversation at the end of the last night, and they said, you know, what was your take on it? And I was looking at all of the experiences I've had. I'm a reformed church boy is what I like to say. I grew up Kojic and was super legalistic, and God did some changing and some renovating in my life. And I've had the taste of other cultures since then and all that. And what I saw was a balance of the beauty culture and all that comes with it. Yeah. Everything that comes with the beauty culture. And it was excellent. And then I saw what was kingdom, and it was excellent. And I said, that's rare. It's rare to find culture and kingdom at the same time. It reminds me of, for those of you who know the story of Joseph, when Joseph finally got to the point of being in a position to save his family, he had to learn a completely new culture. The man had to become a part of a culture that did not even respect his original culture. But he was a Jew. He had to speak the language. He had to put on the look, but he still carried the kingdom inside of him. And what I saw at this Restore 25 was the perfect balance of kingdom and culture. So as you see that, they've adopted that as this is kingdom culture. And I believe it's going to continue to go and go and go and go. And so I'm thankful for this experience. I ain't know nothing about y'all before this. If not for Timbo being like, hey, Jay, you got to go to this. Look, I don't care what you got to come to this. Timbo, thank you. I appreciate you and all that you did for that. So that's my take. That is my last words. And like we said, we're gonna go to Timbo, then we're gonna go to, I think, Brenda, then Georgia, then Ashton, then Pastor, then close out with Mitch. And Mitch, when you do, make sure you let the people also know about the mansion experience before you close out. Okay. Yes. So Timbo, give us your last words, bro.
Last words, my friend, is where I was when I had dinner at the end of the same dinner, the end of the summit. I had to put a charge to myself and hold myself accountable. And I had a one-on-one conversation with two wise men, Brother Chris and Brother Jay, in my hotel room. And what I got out of that was, what am I going to do about it? What am I going to do about it? When it comes to where we are as far as the summit, what is in store for 2026? What are you, Timbo, what are you going to do about it? When it comes to the people that you connected with, as far as the people that you collaborated with while you were there, that you talked to, shared, what are you going to do about it? Some people even said, you know, Timbo, I would really like your phone number. I want to reach out to you outside of that. What are you going to do about it? And I am literally going to take up the challenge, my friends. And I'm making this promise to everybody that's listening. I am going to get all in on my calling. I am literally going to take up the challenge and take up that cross, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it big. I'm going to do it bigger and better. When I get that phone call from Micheline, if I get that phone call for Pastor Major, if I get a phone call from Chris, if I get one from Ashton, if I get it from anybody that made connection with me or even has the desire to reach out afterwards, I am going to make it a point to go all in. It is time. It is time. It is happening today. I'm going to be even bigger and stronger than ever for 2026. And I'm not waiting till 2026 to get the party started, my friends. I'm starting today. So that is where I'm at. That's where my mind, my whole body, spirit, that's where it's at right now. And I'm literally shaking right now because I'm that excited about it. There's something big that is getting ready to happen. I feel it. And the Holy Spirit is speaking to me. It is going to be something that you definitely want to be in the front row, not in the back, but in the front row for, because it's about to go down. That's where I'm at.
All right. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. All right. Who's next? Close us out.
Yes, my takeaway, just being an honest tip, at times, we come back from a conference, convention, hair show and all that, you hype, you're in the midst and you're like, yes, I'm going to do this. And then that little piece of fear kicks in and that little piece of doubt kicks in. But what I'm understanding tonight, because I said today, I was like, man, I wish I could reach out to the family again, because sometimes once you get back and you wind back down to your everyday life, it seems to eat away the things that was planted in you at times.
Yeah.
And when Micheline dropped it, I know it wasn't an hour after I was thinking it dropped in our chat that she's going on live. I'm like, okay, God, okay. This is it right here, right? Like, I never leave you nor forsake you. So even when we have that doubt, even when I was having that little doubt or that little piece of fear, like, where do I go from here? I know what Tim said. I know what we talked about. I know what Pastor Majors preached about. I know all those things, but it's something that kicks in every now and then that will kind of hold you down. But I'm so grateful for the release. I'm so grateful for the restore. And not only that, I'm on a call every day, 365 days out of the year, and intercede for MPulse Summit. And not only I don't take it lightly. I used to, but now I don't take it lightly, because it is a task. It is something that when you got to get up at 6:45 every morning, you don't have to, but now my spirit has leaped. Sometimes I don't even have to have an alarm on. And not only that I began to lead, not only the connection, that's what I'm saying, the connection, because we never know which way God will have us. God set us in an arena of hair, but the mission is greater than hair. It's bigger than hair. So I'm so grateful to actually be on that prayer call, and not only be on it, but lead at any given time. And matter of fact, in the morning, I'll be leading. I'm on here late and I haven't did my study yet, but I'm just so grateful for the connection. And we do pray for MPulse Summit. We pray for not only MPulse Summit, but everyone that's connected and everyone that actually has a desire or needs to have prayer. We intercede and we pray every day. So I'm so grateful for that connection. And it just fell on me. I knew nothing about it. The connection just came in. Not that I signed up for it. I didn't raise my hand, but God seen fit that Micheline seen something in me greater than I seen in myself. And I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful. So restore, I'm just excited for what's going to happen next. I'm excited for 2026, but most of all, I'm excited for right now, because it's so much that's going to be done between the time that we, like I said, from now until we see each other in the future. Is so much greater, and the testimonies, I can't wait. So that's all I'm going to say right now. I'm just going to leave it just like that.
Thank you so much. That's it. We can't wait for it, and I'm thankful that there are people like you who are ready to intercede on behalf, because as many people as we can have praying for what God is doing in this, even the more so we get to experience that, and I'm excited to see those who are going to benefit. The people, the me's out there, the people who don't know nothing about MPulse.
That's right.
And they come into this thing and their lives are changed. So beautiful. All right, who's next?
Okay, my takeaway is I didn't get to sit in a lot of the rooms that they have because I was at the table, but I did sit in a few. But for me with MPulse Summit is I've just been, for the past couple of years, I've had a lot of losses back to back, from divorce to grandmother to both my cousins being murdered by her ex-husband. And it was all back to back. It was like this year, then next year, then this year, then this year. And I never healed from anything. And I always just jumped into something new just to kind of heal myself on my own. I didn't get any assistance with it. So I jumped into something new, and then something happened. I jumped into something new. So when I jumped into the MPulse Summit, I actually hit Micheline up, and I didn't have any idea what I was going to do. So I just hit her up and said, you know what, I want to do it because I knew my 5th year was coming up, and I just wanted to finally be seen and be heard. I'm not a platform artist and I'm not really a speaker, but MPulse Summit gave me the platform for me to actually network, and I was actually speaking and talking. And my niece was even shocked. And I'm proud of what I've gained from MPulse Summit. I have a few people that actually is willing to help me. And it's just, it has changed a lot within me within the past week. So MPulse Summit brought a lot out of me in the past week. And I was able to come home and I was able to cry because I'm like, okay, Georgia, you can be free now. You know what I mean? Because it's like I bottled up all the hurt, and then I just keep jumping into things. So this MPulse Summit, I was able to release. And Pastor did a lot when he prayed over for me that day coming back home. Because, as I told Micheline, my niece didn't realize her wallet was in the rental car. And until we were leaving, she got a text from Wells Fargo that she made some purchases, and she's like, no, she didn't make it, to realize that somebody from the rental car person found her wallet, kept the wallet. Was using her card. So we went through a whole lot that day. We finally got on the road at 4:00, but then I just kept, his prayer, and I just kept remembering what he's saying, that I've actually sown my seed. Now get ready for the harvest. And that meant a lot to me because when a friend of mine, because you normally don't have friends that support you. So when she came to me and said, I would like you to be a vendor at our women's conference, with your products, it meant a lot to me because I'm like, wow, okay. And it's local. So I'm finally being seen. I'm finally being heard. And Micheline and Chris, I appreciate you guys so much. Pastor, I appreciate you so much because you actually changed my life this week. And I'm ready for next year. I'm going to push. My friends already said they're coming. I got a few hairstylists that's coming because they've seen that. And be ready. I'm ready for mind, body, and soul also because I'm going to need that.
Come on. That's it. That's it.
Awesome.
That's what it's all about right there. You come on and drag them folks. And that
one
that's like, I don't know. Nope. Drag her too.
Yes. Standing room only.
Right there. Yeah. Bring them on. All right, Ashton, come on. Give us what you got, sir.
What can I say about this year? This year has it's put a new fire under me. It's definitely put me into the mindset of all gas, no brakes. Because I'm transitioning to the point of, a lot of people know me from the competition end, they know me from the stage end. But I've always been overlooked when it came to stuff like platform work and education and stuff like that. So my main thing is I'm just thankful to Miss Mitch and Mr. Chris for giving me a platform where I'm seen and not viewed, not just viewed.
That's good.
It opened up a whole nother world for me because I didn't think, if you would have asked me a couple years ago if a person like me would have been on the stage, doing what else I'm passionate about, which is teaching people, I wouldn't believe. So for Miss Mitch to take an overlook like me and giving me a platform like that I can't put it into words. It's a very, very humbling experience. So it makes me understand that the direction that I'm taking is I'm right on the right track. I'm right on the right track. Like I said, I'm just thankful for the connections formed with everybody. I hate I missed the release ceremony. I felt like I really, really, really needed it. I was very sad because I had to get home. But when Miss Micheline gave me the prayer blanket, like just holding it and just kind of having it on my way home, it was just like it was a calmness about it and just a reassurance that what I was going through, everything was going to be all right. So I'm definitely thankful for that. But I was just telling Miss Mitch this past week, I have got to visit their church. I have got to visit Pastor's church. So sometime soon in the future, I'm going to be making that time to Tampa to visit because, like I definitely need that. But I definitely thank you. I thank you, Miss Mitch. I thank you, Mr. Chris, for having this platform for people like us, the overlooked, the people who felt like they worked hard and it's just not paying off, for putting us in rooms where people actually see us and actually see what we have to offer. So I look forward to it. Y'all know I'm locked in with MPulse, so I can't wait for 2026 and what it brings. I'm locked in. So yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Just to see more and more MPulse Summit.
Can't wait to see you. Can't wait to see you next year. And I just want to say quickly to all of those who carry that burden, that weight of, being overlooked, overseen, something that God has shared with me a long time ago, is that when we yield our lives to God's sovereignty, what feels like being overlooked, what feels like being isolated, really in God's view, it's incubation. He's keeping you so that you can grow. And when you learn how to appreciate, I learned this phrase from my boy Timbo, when you learn how to appreciate the pause, when you learn how to still stay connected to God in seasons where it seems like you're not being seen, you develop. And while people might not see you, there is one who never loses sight of you.
Never loses sight.
It's the most important sight that needs to be seen is God's hand on you. So if there's any of you that's still struggling with that, people don't see me, I want to encourage you with it's okay, because God still does. And if you lean into him, you will be developed. Don't run away from a fire that's meant to purge toxins out of you. I can't go anywhere. Pastor Major's the one that's supposed to preach. I'm not. That's why he's about to give his last words, and we're gonna go on.
Come on, Pastor. Come on.
Go ahead, Pastor Major. What you got?
Come on, Pastor. Come on.
You're well capable, J. Kyle. You're well capable, man. In the quiet corridors of Scripture, 1 Samuel chapter number 1, there is a tender yet powerful story that speaks of a young lady by the name of Hannah. She was a woman in deep anguish. She was barren. She was broken. She was burdened. Yet her breakthrough didn't come with miracle. It came. She began to make a conscious decision, and the decision was to simply stand up after trying to share what God was going to do in her life with a person that could not understand her language. The Bible says Hannah stood up, and when she stood up, it marked a moment where she chose to make a conscious decision to wash her hands of wasted disappointments, wasted frustrations, frustration and pity that no longer had the ability to control her life. She took action over apathy. She was able to birth a child by the name of Samuel. There was something that happened. What happened? The word touched her womb. I'm going to say this again. The word touched her womb.
Okay.
The word is kingdom. The womb is culture. So the reason why we've been experiencing this birthing moment is because we've tried on numerous occasions to communicate with people who are not able to understand our language. And so God says, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take like-minded individuals and I'm going to allow my kingdom to connect with their culture, and they're going to produce something that they've never seen before. Prove it, Pastor Major. The Bible already does. The kingdom is simply the kingdom of God, his rule, his reign, his authority. It represents heaven's government, God's way of doing things. The kingdom operates by divine laws, spiritual order, and it also operates off of eternal values. Culture is the system of human behavior, our beliefs, our cultures, our values, our customs, our language. So the kingdom actually stood up when Hannah chose to stand up. The kingdom, I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to explain what I mean. The kingdom inside of Hannah, when Hannah made the decision to stand up after she was misunderstood, misappropriated, and the man mocked her mouth, she made a decision to stand up. When she stood up, that's when God heard, and that's when God delivered. Gave her a child by the name of Samuel. What does Samuel mean? Samuel, Shem means heard, El means God or of God. So when you put the name Samuel together, it simply means that we've been heard by God. There is a language, beloved brothers and sisters, that God speaks concerning your life. And only the people that are going to be able to understand it are those who are able to interpret the frequencies, not of church, not just of industry, but of kingdom. When the kingdom and the culture come together, God will hear us. Watch this. And the kingdom of God will stand up in us. The kingdom is God's divine revelation. The culture is humans' expression, how we choose to express ourselves. There will be an expression that comes from the work of our hand. I'm talking to you creatives, because you're so in tune with the kingdom of God. I'm not talking about just church. I'm talking about the kingdom of God and the way God seeks to do things in your life. You will be able to see things that you've never seen before and live in a way that you've never lived in before. Why? Because it is impossible to plug into the kingdom culture and not live off of the kingdom supply. And God will supply all of our needs according to his riches in glory in Christ Jesus. Thank you for my space.
Amen.
Y'all want me to say something after that? I'm like,
Come on, visionary. Come on, visionary.
Come on, you got it. Come on.
Come on, visionary.
I'm gonna be ready to study this tonight. You best believe that before I go to bed. Okay. I know I'm gonna be smiling in my sleep tonight because I've been smiling ever since I left. Right. I know. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm smiling. I'm in the shower. I'm smiling over what God is doing. You know, and to talk about the matching experience. Experience is one thing. We're about to come into a whole nother kingdom culture at the mansion. It's going to be an experience where people will come there and be able to express themselves in a safe space. We're still going to be, adjusted to the hotel. So I don't want anyone to say that, but we're going to be off-site for this mansion event. Of course, it's invitation only. Timbo, I'm going to say this, and Pastor, and I'm going to say this, Jay, I'm not apologizing for that.
That's it.
Don't. Because we know that few are chosen, right?
You were chosen.
Yeah. So do you choose to be with us at the mansion experience that we're going to have? We're definitely going to be there focusing on who we already started working on, who's going to be there. So Timbo said, expect a phone call. Jay, what? Like, well, I'm not even going to call y'all. This is a done deal, right? We got some more people that we're bringing. Like, I don't know what y'all talking about. But it's about being there and finding out when you're at this mansion a whole nother feeling as well. So it's only a certain amount of spots. We're going to be there. Because we want to make it risky. I'm just going to be honest. So everything is going up, up, up. When I say that, a whole nother level, whole nother just dimension of everything, right? If y'all thought that 2025 was something, Georgia, we can't wait. For MPulse Summit 2026. It's new beginnings, 8 years. All we say is deposit. We make sure that it has to be done at a certain time. Of course, financially take care of that. But somebody already did the math. They was like, man, that's only gonna cost me this much a month. It's only gonna cost me this much a week. They already started doing the math. Boy, understand this. We are already saying, what are we going to bring to the table? We bring in the top choice. We bring in top tier of everything at the table. It's gonna be set. All we saying is put your feet in there, take your shoes off, because we are going to be in the building. MPulse Summit cannot wait for 2026. The matching edition. Somebody asked, are we still going to have? Yes, it's the matching edition, and we still have MPulse Summit. It's still there. Don't get scared. We're still going to do that, but we only have a few seats left at the matching event, and then we're still going to follow up at MPulse Summit. Everybody with me on that, right? Don't think we're leaving nobody. We ain't leaving nobody behind. But we going that way. And we said, come on with us, right, Georgia? Come on with us. You got a whole year. Like a whole year. Get one person to say, I want you to be my matching maker. My matching maker. That's all you gotta do. Right? And so this is what we've been meeting with. Anybody that know me know I take copacetic notes. I listen. And I apply what I hear. Okay?
That's
understand me. All we're saying is, y'all know I always say this. Y'all know what I say. And Timbo, everybody know what I say, right, Miranda?
That's it.
I want to say this. If you're interested in joining us for our early morning prayer, it's every single day. Every single day. 365 days a year. They have put the chat in there. It's the number. So it's every day. Every day. We pray for MPulse Summit. Anybody attached to us, we pray for them, right? So thank you, Miranda, for reminding that. If you need the number, we'll do it. But I'm going to say this, and I want everybody to say it with me, because Timbo told me I need to put on a shirt, Pastor. I love you.
Nothing you can do about it.
Y'all have a good night.
All right, everybody. Miranda,
Okay, bye.
Georgia, Ashley, Kyle, and love y'all.